lot of questions that are going to need answers.
And no waiting around for them. Bit of a knifey before we begin, just to see who's getting what side. So let's do that. Get it out the way. No one needs knife round strats. Just stab them.
Who wins?
Ooh.
Who cares?
Ignore at the top. It was K23.
K23 won the knife.
Yes.
And they're going to call for the CT side start.
Shocking.
Who would have thunk it? Well, that's good anyway. Honestly, I think it's probably more impactful, the K23 win the knife round. You know, momentum is a devious thing, and now you get this CT side beginning, where if you hit the ground running, you know, like build up a nice bank of rounds early on, could be onto a winner here. So, you know, let's see.
Yeah, it's not an unknown map for K23. Obviously, these guys are grinders. They play a lot of games online, so pretty much playing everything right now except for Vertigo. They're insta-ban. And some alright ones in there as well. Even beating Entropic in recent times, who are a very, very formidable Overpass team.
Even the K23 with Mo and company on it, right?
Yeah.
Back before they got removed, this was one of the go-to maps for the team. It was one that they would always look formidable on. So, really, yeah, I think they could give Astralis a run for their money here. I think you'd be surprised. Let's find out, though. Pistol round already underway. Bit of utility for Zip and Glaive. And they're spreading out early on, taking this map control. You've got guys in connector working that out in middle. Bit of love getting a show into that as well.
Yeah, be short taken now by Norbert. Just walking in dry, getting the information, and that might even force some rotates up to A. It's only Z-Power right now. Would love a bit of support, would love a rotation. Neelan's holding monster flashes, or some B flashes though, so it can't be him from heaven. It's got to be Norbert instead. Astralis are getting closer, crawling up the A site. They've got a lot of room, and Config has hit a beautiful timing. His team needs to wait so he can clear positions, but he needs to get that default player who just went bank. Config now knows. He did see him, but not actually spotted by Config. Now the info is set in and he jumps up to try and take down this first player. Won't be available. Retake round now. Got a couple of flashes to get you up through bank, but they need to be God flashes. Config dodging them. Second one misses as well, and Config's already started. He will get traded, but many more in the truck, and you've got that open plant for short. Lucky with the P250. We saw what he could do earlier on. He's pretty clean with this gun. Lovely shots from Lucky. Eventually cleaned up though, and Kit on Neelan means X5 needs to stay alive and find this hunt kill. Blame's just not giving the frag away, still looking into the ground, and now you think that's clear. Surely the stick came in though, and no one stopped him. Blame both kills, but no matter, no worry, as Neelan wins the round.
I was getting very paranoid at first, right? Like, Blame not giving that fight over to X5 was a pretty big problem. But then, right, and sorry, it was a problem because they had this Divider player, right? They had someone who was able to challenge and deny that stick. But then when the Divider guy repositions, decides to fight front toilet, suddenly the fact that Blame F has been tucked down this whole time actually comes to matter a hell of a lot. You know, he was allowed to do that back when they were holding and denying the stick. The moment that stops being the case, yeah, K23 hop on the defuse.
Maybe he's not ready for the stick, but, you know, you see two flashes come over, you got to think, like, okay, firstly, they're playing a retake setup. Secondly, two flashes means they can buy a kit.
Wow.
Lovely D. Very nice D from Config. That's a way to come back in with a round, maybe. Blame's got a hero gun, because he did get those kills and keep his armor. So a little upgrade for Blame. And don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, the read is in. Norbert's moving down as well.
Yeah, this decision to stack is really nice, right? Trying to get one step ahead. You haven't seen them at long when you cleared it, and now with Neelan down here in con, if you are anticipating the B play like they are, you know you've got your bases covered. It's a contact walk. Oh, the timing on that drop-off is kind of brutal. Could have helped his teammates out, but instead, the kills belong to Astralis. Here's Fame arriving, and Neelan also getting out of connector and into the fray. They've left the site. Fame's retrieved an M4.
They let them leave.
Going up. They've let them get out with the bomb.
I don't know why K23 let them leave. Now Glaive can just stay here and kill rotates. The bomb, the longer Glaive lives, the more the Panther has to get in a post plant. It's only lucky with a Deeg and 5 health, but that's still money, and I feel like K23 could have just stopped that if they wanted. It was the messing around.
If they're scrambling rotates as well, he's in a good spot. Now, when they see where the bomb's planted for, with them both going upstairs, they should piece this together that he's probably hit a timing on us. He's probably playing a long game.
Yeah.
They get on it, and K23 get it back under control. Yeah, I think, the plant really did help there in a sense, right? They go up past him. And when you see it there, you go, well, he's not going to be playing toilet. He's not going to be playing dice. I mean, he could, but it would be kind of wild. He's probably gone bank, and he's probably floating around behind us somewhere. So they're very cognizant of, what that means, where he could have gotten to in that time.
Yeah, it's more just Fame messing around, grabbing that M4 that lets the bomb go. I'm still shocked the short player didn't try and deny that. But, you're playing for the round, not for the money. That's fine. However, it does give Astralis this AWP in their first gun round.
Oh, Z-Power flubbed the jump and decided to peek mid a little later. That is a decision that he will come to regret immediately. It's punished instantly. You trip up getting a bench, and then you still commit to the swing. A lot of players would have just abandoned it altogether at that point.
Yeah, Glaive even entries B as well, so a 5-on-3 in this. I mean, Overpass CT is where these games can get out of control. You can run up 5-0, 7-0 very quickly. You start getting double AWPs floating, something K23 really like, as we saw by Mirage. But that's already denied, or at least it should be. In a 3-on-5, Astralis just have to play their numbers, and they should be able to lock in a gun round here and immediately bring the pressure to K23. Yeah, I agree. Re-peeking mid, not it, Chief. Especially with that bomb money giving the AWP to Lucky, you could have made that call. You could have been ready for the AWP. But nonetheless, just dodged. Very fortunate. Flash gets Norbert off, but he knows that no one's committing there. He'll walk back in, and dude, Norbert, when Z-Power dies and Norbert picks up his AWP, he seems to have an uncanny ability to defeat Lucky in the re-peaks. Now B-Pop, Astralis have seen the AWP and they want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, with only Neil in here, he does have these players in rotation. If he can just stay alive, do one better than that. Oh, but 1 for 1. And his teammate dead, actually swang through the heaven smoke, which, pretty ballsy, I'll say that much. Left him out all alone. You're going to try and save this AWP, but look who's been dispatched to deny that. Blame F out on the hunt.
He's so fast, he's too fast, Harry. Might never find this AWP if Norbert commits to this position as well. Blame trying to cut him off, but Config's about to clear the site, and he's backing up into Blame. Okay, now it works against Norbert. Now Norbert's dead, and if Blame wants, he can knife, but he won't. Blame's out for blood, and it's the blood of Norbert. He's gonna
knife.
Yeah. I think he realized Norbert had his back a little bit to the wall.
No, bro, should have knifed. Should have knifed.
Look, Blame's just playing it safe, keeping it clean, and getting the AWP back for Lucky. Team player.
Yeah, then again, I guess you're haunted by some knife attempts that have gone down in the past.
Yeah,
right?
Config isn't. If I think about Overpass and I think about Config and I think about knives,
yeah, there's the ballsy...
horrible flashbacks. But I think my favorite knife kill ever has got to be that. Man like Config. Z-Power. Later on the peak this time. But they're already leaving. Lucky just came in through a flash, bailed. See you at B, folks.
Yeah, I like this. They don't have a lot to work with, so they try to get in. With that first kill going against them, it's kind of tapered off what looked like just an immediate B play. Okay, Glaive got stuck in the tunnel. The flash did wreck him, and then they try to clear connector, and that leads them walking into a CZ. Uh-oh. This was a partial buy, or I guess, no, sorry, this was the full investment. They've got armor behind these guns. Gonna start to get into B now. K23 are rotating a second man down. It's Z-Power with that scout. hidden in the site smoke. Waiting is X5, but Config's on 3 in this round, trying to be the savior, trying to be the point man for Astralis. They still don't know about X5, but this decision to go quiet has forced him to make a move. He does swing onto Config. Lucky can't get the trade. X5, his decision to just hide out, camp in that site smoke, play around the idea of denying a bomb plant, denying the space. They reap the reward of it, and that's a four-sport round with nothing more than pistols and
I think one rifle.
Yeah, I think they have one M4 on in play.
Plus the scout. Insane round though, yeah. I love the re-aggression because also you know that, okay, Astralis could be leaving in this moment. In that 2-on-2, they could reset. They had 50 seconds or so much time, but even though Astralis are going quiet, you know that's the mind game they're playing, and X5 just doesn't want to let them get fooled by it. He wants to find out whether it's a fake or not instantly. And I gotta again give props to X5. He comes in as definitely the least known player and the least experienced player, maybe alongside Fame on this team. And he has really held his own in a game against legends of the game. So yeah, K23, super impressive team, and no matter what happens today, no matter what happens in this map, I want to see a lot more from them in this tournament. Config, his deagle, it's so uncouth, so annoying. Picking this A site, he is going to get traded, and the bomb dropped in con, but Z-Power, he's looking at a dead angle, mate. Glaive is in connector, and he gets hounded down. 4-on-2, and out middle come these Deags looking for more.
Yeah, should be the cleanup for K23. BlameF's gone, and Zip, not long for this world. Norbert and Z-Power do it all. They put a 4th on the board for K23. Not going to see that AWP again for the CT side just yet. They don't have the money for it, but they're going to look to bring that out in the future. Investment in, and I even saw a Mac 10 purchased up there, so something a little bit faster here out of Astralis, perhaps.
Was it a misbuy? Who's playing it? Blame has a deagle. Lucky has 5 grand after armor, I think, so he could AWP. If you're going for a fast one, yeah, sure, give Lucky that Mac and just go for it, but you know, he has money for an AWP if you want to play things a little more standard, especially knowing Z-Power's got the cash. Astralis, of course, boot camping right now.
Yeah, I almost wonder if we're going to see some attention to connector. You know, Mac 10's not a terrible gun to run and gun that with. Means you could try to beat the, you know, if there were an AWP in play, you could try to beat it on timings. Also, it's a position that Z-Power's found himself in a hell of a lot. Neelan's also been there, so...
Misbuy, I guess. Are you sure?
I swear I saw one.
Are you crazy, Harry?
Am I going insane? Maybe it was the deagle?
Maybe it was. Either way, they are going to hit con, Harry. They are going to make a bit of a pace down there. Norbert's up in party in the meantime, looking for info, but no one gets spotted. They're very safe in the playground. They're going to run and jump around, though, so Norbert should hear them right behind. Dodges a flash of Config through, but not going to dodge the headshot. Z-Power left con, so that means they're timing right behind him. If he wants to make this work, he needs to go now. He has a gap, but it's not a big one. Zip dead, Config trades, and Config is feeling it today. Hey, this is the map that Config got his kill record on that you're such a big fan of. So, not that I'm saying it can happen again, I'm just saying he's feeling pretty feisty. And I'm not sure if these plucky young Russians are going to get in the way.
It's a little awkward because they've just gone full contact, full silent through the toilets and into the A site. Neelan does match their timing with one of his own, right? Just escaping their clutches at long. And clearly it's been commed across. Yeah, they could be in A, and now X5 knows this, right? He hears all the footsteps.
That flash gave him the info.
And waiting to see if Neelan can find the timing. Oh, Lucky's already on the angle. And frustratingly, that might lead you to save here, or at least attempt to. Fame tries to tuck himself in, but was already too committed through middle. And X5's left running for the hills. Now, Astralis, they've been pretty keen to hunt whenever they can. This round's no exception. Removing this AK is huge. It stops an investment coming in its tracks. And they're going to find it, guaranteed. Config has got it in the bag.
Nothing like entry on A and then killing savers on Monster. Config with 4 kills in that round, and that's not even counting all these 1D 5-on-4s he's given Astralis in this game. Still down by 2 rounds, but that can close up very quickly, as you said, with no saved weapons. K23, they've got to eco. They've got to throw this one to the wind. Let Astralis soak it up. Very close round though. X5, yeah, he walks into the the death pit on that A site. 4 Astralis players on it, but that one flash gave him every bit of info, and that's what tempted K23 back in for the round. Norbert tries to force a shot from Blame. He gets spotted, but he won't see him back. Boost on B. But this is not a round that Astralis want to let get out of control. And that's why I like how slow and cautious they're taking it. Long control is a perfect position up against Eco. The only threat is the Deagle, and maybe a scout if there was a bit of money, but there's not. Or at least not money to be wasted. C-Power wants that orb. So Norbert's the info guy on A right now, but by the time he gets any info, it will already be too late. Con's been cleared, the scariest place in a round like this. And now Astralis set up towards middle. Norbert, he's jump spotting. Oh, and there's the spot for Astralis. Orb seen, and the bomb unlucky. Should at least be on the mini-map. So this is going to be a clean one for Astralis. They've got the entry, they don't know there's more, and there's not, but there is about to be. Running through your util with no fear, because it's only pistols, and Blame can start clearing these players out. Nealon does kill the AWPer on the flank with the bomb, but it shouldn't be a worry other than Nealon looking for the AWP. I hope Astralis leave a player there just to dedicate. The nade even pushes the AWP back to config. Playing very smart right now. Zip wrapped through bank, down, and then back up. And good luck getting that AWP. Nealon's trying to find it, but as said, the nade made it unsavable.
Yeah, a bit of a return to form here for Astralis, right? Finding themselves a third. But that's just pistols. That was meant to be. Now we have that AWP back in the hands of Z-Power. Looking at his spawn, he's got a great B spawn and he's looking that way, so might try his hand down there with the AWP instead. Never as ideal, but I'm sure he's going to try find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Smoking the molly on short water and then taking that quick tunnel peek is always nice. Astralis will hear you smoke it, and so he goes right through. They don't know now. Flash has to be perfect, and no one's taking this water position. It's a monster rush. Molly on the barrel. Oh, Zip gets flashed out, and then he gets flashed out again. It's very suppressing. Astralis will try and bail, and in that time, Z-Power took space with a kill. He gets out thanks to the flash, and Fame moves in to play in the corner. Glaive not ready for that. Would not expect an AWP there, but it was not the AWP after all. Nice position trading for K23. And Astralis back to the drawing board with you.
Yeah, scariest thing is, you know, you've given up all this control over towards A and mid. So as you move out, like look at the angles Blame F's having to check, man. He's having to keep his wits about him in every single position they take. And every step of the way, you're paranoid that one of these corners could have someone hiding in it. Now down here in Con, Norbert, ooh, it looked like he was about to go back up. They've moved right past him. Config down here in Connector, top of the board right now. But when your back's turned, doesn't matter your position on the leaderboard, man. You're just as free a kill as anyone else. Norbert doesn't know they're past him. And now he's running, and they will shoot him in the back. Orb's already in the site, however. And Z-Power drops the bomb with that kill there. They know that it's the A play. Now they've just got to finish the job. Blame F in what was a 1v4. Gets it planted, but he's wrapped from the short side. And so K23 never let that one get out of hand.
Okay, I'm liking how competitive this game is off the bat, right? We had some nice early rounds for Astralis, but K23 are holding their own. They're using the AWP well. Z-Power's aggression isn't too tapered, and he doesn't have a spawn. Fame's probably begging for the AWP, but again, leaning towards B with it. It's probably your only option.
Dude,
setting
it's
up
wild that he keeps getting these like ridiculous B spawns, but you don't want to
keep AWPing B.
Exactly,
yeah.
Like, you don't want to go back to it again and risk them being ready.
Yeah, You know, Astralis will start switching things up in the early round, or will they, is the question. Back to B, back to the same round. Probably saying, hey, the AWP's not going to be there. And this time they're actually right. Smoking the Molotov. Blame takes it with force. Zip out Monster. Oh, and they're looking away. Flash is really good. That was a team flash, actually, but there are CT1s to follow up, and Fame, well, he's absolutely decked them. 3 kills out through the smoke, and Blame in short, a little bit alone.
Oh, mate, now a smoke in your face as well. The nade gives up his position. They'll respond with one of their own. And, you know, Blame F, you got a whole minute. You got a whole minute to get ridiculous with it. But at this point, you know, with enough time passing, K23 are going to start to consider, like, well, what if this guy is trying to do something weird? What if he's trying to play through the A site and come in on a bit of a heaven wrap? They're not going to drop their guard completely. And so they'll leave someone to keep an eye on that contingency.
I like this call for Blame, but, you know, what point do you stop walking? I feel like you're going to run out of time if you're actually trying to win the round.
Oh, he's not trying to win at this point, mate. You're just hoping that you get given some damage at least.
Will be a little too late here, but maybe the heaven kill. Just maybe, if Norbert turns away. But he doesn't need to. Blame trying to slip the net. Blame likes a hero gun, so he'll go as far as here and then call it off. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think at this point, Astralis might just have to abandon these fast B plays, man. They really haven't yielded the results you want at all. It's clear that K23 have got what it takes to hold back a monster rush, right? Every time you tried it, the same thing happens. You're flashed to the nines, you're wrecked on consistent re-peaks coming in. And I mean, you know, that's why I'm always a bit averse to a monster rush, I'll be honest. I always think it's very, very scary, right? All it takes, that one flash in tunnels. Even if you're playing anti, mate, Zip learned this the hard way. He's running looking into a wall, but then you're left feeling like a bit of an idiot when you get shot up the side of the head and there isn't that immediate flash.
Yeah. I think, well, at least off the kill feed, and again, you can never trust it, but Zip was flashed off Glaives. Maybe there was one, because sometimes you want to flash over monster tunnel.
No, they're throwing them over the top. They drop them back near the barrel to do that.
Yeah, sometimes you want to throw them over. I don't know what flash Glaive threw as well, but in front of that, if there's a player close monster, the best way to get rid of them is throw one through the tunnel. So your entry player actually has to run in pretty backwards, like looking away. I didn't see exactly what flashes went in, but yeah, a bit awkward. And then regardless of what Glaive did to Zip, like the follow-up util was excellent for K23. So yeah, get out of B, get out of water, switch things up, and Astralis will.
It's really nice, dude. They have like this method of kind of trading contact with flashbangs just over and over again. It's like you get a peek, kill him, throw another flash, peek again, kill him, rinse, repeat, till it stops working.
The mid-aggression, man. These rifles are confident, they're winning their fights, and so K23 will keep taking space, taking names. Door swung, and Neelan won't fall for it, just in case it's a bait, but the bait is B. It's open for free, and X5 is going to get a bit of a tag, but not stop this rush. Any damage he does is excellent. That's a bomb loose. Great kill. And Blame has followed up. We talk hero guns. He's the man of the hour. Glaive hoping they don't check him, hoping they discount this. Fame has to clear the corner, or there's a chance for Astralis. There's a gun at least. It's sweaty, but it is a kill for Glaive and a weapon retrieved. Blame cannot get that bomb down yet with heaven cover, but Glaive can keep fragging the rotates, and frag he shall. 3 kills, AWP stuck heaven. Blame spotted it, and they're trying to get the plant to put the pressure on Z-Power.
Moving in, Z-Power, CT retake 1v2 versus a Glaive and Blame that are very, very warm and well into this turnaround. Oh man, Glaive just hits this timing and Z-Power thought it was clear because Glaive's constantly spamming the crouch button. Wonderful round out of him. He'd been so quiet up until that point. He came into this round with 1 kill to his name. He's quintupled it on the back of 1 round of play. And it all starts with this lack of a corner check. And then with each person that tries to trade it, it only gets worse. Something that was also like a little bit mental here is I feel like K23 maybe got a bit ahead of themselves. They're chasing that down because at that point in time, Astralis weren't even playing for the plant yet, right? They're playing to thin out the herd. They cannot plant the bomb in that initial 2v4. Fame's death, somewhat understandable, right? Doesn't want to get caught looking away as he swung from CT. I can get it. But then those repeaks, man, you try to make matters better, you end up making them worse.
It was also the setup, right? They had so many peeking deep mid to start, and that's the same as this round. Norbert is throwing himself off an island, and he's swimming with the fishes now. Blame Trays, but great work. Oh, that's awkward. Neelan's pissed. Config holding late con at a minute 15. And there's even a monster rush as well. Config's running, and he's not going to be ready for that one. X5 gets out alive and leaves Blame in yet another clutch. This time, Blame has the time to do whatever the hell he wants. But Config spotted going B. It's the mind games. Will Blame continue in the same way? K23 think not. They leave just this MP9 at B. Could not scavenge Config's gun. But I like that he's put distance between himself and the trade. Just playing to deny the plant, hiding a barrel. Blame has full util, but if he announces his presence, he won't have that element of surprise. And in a 1v3 like this, you know there's going to be big gaps. So Blame wants to try and slip through them before he announces. Barrels might not even see him here. And the jump. Not heard. Silent.
But you're going to check barrels, surely.
Oh, lovely.
Waits till the last minute, and that's when X5 gets the drop on him. So it's an immediate return to form out of K23, stopping Blame F's clutch attempts in their tracks.
Yeah, I mean, the mid-push on the Antica was fine until it was a B play, and you already talked about the problems there, but K23 already proven to be very aggressive, very oppressive in Playground right now. Norbert just keeps climbing in and getting away with opening kills, and we haven't really seen Z-Power, like I said, with an AWP spawn. He's been either starting B or just playing a safe, fallback A routine. Once you start giving him spawns, I think he's going to be let off the leash. Loose. But until that point, Astralis are having to work for these rounds.
Yeah, they really are. And mate, this is, we sometimes say Overpass can feel like you're running into a brick wall at times. That is very much how it feels right now in the server. Whenever you've tried these fast B pops, what's happened? You get full whited on a monster play and you get mowed down. You try going middle. Oh, well, Norbert's pushing you in party and getting up in your face.
Z-Power has his best spawn yet, but it's not good enough to fight deep. He's still going to flash Norbert in. This guy's crazy. There's a pop, but they're already Playground, and you know they should be with that smoke in the way. I mean, think about how Z-Power got his last pick. He was boosted B short. Catching Astralis go through that molly with their own smoke. So no one looking up there. Astralis, again, with just one gun to rule them all. Blame, how does he find a chump change in his sofa for a weapon every round?
He's just physically bigger than everyone else on the team, so it's not hard. He just like bullies them out of their money. Okay. It's like taking their lunch money.
Oh, you wanted milk today? No.
Well, got milk. Blame's got plenty. Calcium, not a problem for this guy. Look at him. Waiting outside a monster, waiting for contact to get made anywhere on the map, really.
Zip has one flash outside B with him. Glaive is trying to sell the A fake with a lurk smoke, and this could draw a rotate. It has, in fact. Neelan's making a move up as Astralis move down. There's one guy to try and fake this out, but Blame's been spotted, and he's already used Zip's flash to get it. So this is super awkward now for Astralis. The A play hasn't faked long enough. Neelan's come back down to heaven, and they're just going to try and storm out B. Blame needs another unbelievable round. Bomb dropped. Blame with one, and he's gone. So there's all hope lost. As Fame eviscerates Astralis.
He's on for the ace.
Looking for one more. He's seen him, and he's finding him, but Neelan steals it away. How dare you? Oh, well. 8-4.
Dude, I really like the idea from Astralis. Dude, as wild as this is, that I've never made a case for a decoy before, right? Because no one falls for them. But that would actually be a sick time to have used one because, you know, you only hear like the one P250, a Lucky firing on short, and it's very, very easy to go, oh, that's a lurk smoke right there. There's not more than one guy behind that because he's just spamming off with a P250. Yeah. Now, decoys are always a bit shit because
don't they show up on the minimap or permanently, or do they not? What's the...
No, I'm pretty sure they changed that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's very old.
No, I'm just thinking that's the one problem, right? It's, I don't know. And also they shoot...
more that you just hear the
they shoot consistently, and that's but for $50, I don't really want them to be better because I feel like that would just get abused.
No, exactly. But that's why it's kind of cool there. Like, you know, there's a smoke in the way. The whole idea is Lucky's trying to be like, there's 4 of me. But
let me shoot
it doesn't really sell it.
Sure.
Here's a little long crossfire, missed shot from the AWP. And when you're running that kind of crossfire, you need that AWP to find the opener. Z-Power, with it missing, it means Norbert was essentially 1-on-3 as they're running out long.
Oh,
now with Nealon dead in con, Astralis, this is one of the best chances they've had yet.
Yeah, they've moved away from just these B pops, and it's looking a lot better. Zip's still even holding Monster, so if Astralis is set up for A, he can lurk through Monster before they commit, and you know, see what's up, see if B is free, and tell them to worry about the A stack. Right now, Blame is so ready for this con play. Up they come. Blame is waiting. Fame. Dude, this guy's nuts. And he's so young as well. Terrifying player to run into. And there's another guy in the connector. They kill Fame, but they're not ready for X5. He's dropped the package. Guns around. The AWP is moving in. And 2 players here. If the AWP takes next contact, Astralis are not going to be ready. 20 seconds. There's the shot. That might just be the round. Config has to run if he wants to win. And so they know what's coming in.
Yeah, he needs kills, and he needs them both now. On the angle. Z-Power's dead, but X5's playing a timing game, mate. Running away. Config, all he's left with is a chance to get into B. Even then, there's not enough time. He needs the kill. And tagged up, crossing in the open. It's K23 onto a 9th. Somehow, after that miraculous double opener.
I've got to talk about that fake out for K23 as well, right? Like, going up con early is always a danger because you walk into someone like Blame doing that and holding for your flank. It's not like Astralis had committed on their execute, but Fame dies. Fame gets a kill. Then he dies, and I think that's on purpose. Like, he's selling it. He's telling Astralis, oh, I'm dead in con. B's open. They run back down, assuming B's open. That's when you have that double-layered con flank, and X5 just destroys them. What a round from the guy. 3 kills in it. And again, coming in as such an inexperienced player, much attuned to Fame. Both these guys 18 years old, taking on major winners. And Harry, it's 9-4. I don't know how else to look at it. Astralis, they're getting their homework chewed up.
Yeah, although being real, I would like to think there's a path to recovery on the CT side. The one way that you can alleviate all that pressure entirely is by 11-4ing the half and then winning a pistol in the second, right?
Well,
suddenly,
10-5 seems guaranteed.
Suddenly your work's done for you.
Just win rounds, lol.
No burp. Opens up, and dude, finally Config's the Eagles like stopped working, right? It was so good at getting the openers. Oh no! Well, when one pistol goes, more will appear, don't you worry. Oh, it's ugly for Nealon, but he does regain control of the situation and of the org. And so that's a 10th for K23. Yeah, mate, if they 11-4 this, suddenly the pistol's like massively important. Like, you never want it to carry this much weight. That's the scary thing. They are so 50-50 in nature. And also, I'll say this, K23, they've got a lot of ideas here, right? We touched upon how for the old K23 squad, even with like Mo back in it, this used to be a great map for them. Nowadays, it's one that they still lean into a good bit. When you look at like some of the individual pieces, I'm talking guys like Z-Power or Fours, mate, they used to be a really good Overpass team. And under leadership of someone like Jerry, who we know, like, his ideas might not always work, but he's got a boatload of them. So I think if you're K23 here, you have no excuse for like not having some like gnarly pistol round planned, definitely coming up in this second half. That's scary enough for Astralis. I'm very concerned that if they don't 5-10 this, the pistol just carries so much weight at that point that you might never have a chance to launch a comeback.
This is an incredible game for K23, right? We don't obviously have a huge amount of sample size for this Astralis roster on Overpass. They beat Nip back at Blast, I'm pretty sure, but otherwise, you know, I still wasn't worried for them. It's a classic map for this team, or at least for, you know, the parts of it. Oh my god, that was a nade dump at the boost for Astralis, but they still get bullied by a smoke spam from X5. Like, it looked like a perfect trade, and oh no, this is being held. Still gonna get away with a kill. Don't transfer, don't you dare! X5, you're not supposed to do them like that. What on earth? You could see that coming.
Dude, that's insane. Like, it's only getting harder to control the longer you keep shooting, and yet still...
It's a headshot angle at that
range.
range.
Yeah, that is wildness, man.
Oh, knife out, knife out, knife out.
Oh, he made a step. He made a step.
Oh, Blame's got it. Blame's got the money in this round. He might have a double kill. He saw him, but he's not going to continue. He just bails out, knowing that they're panic rotating A. His team is still monster, and they're going through. This is Fame's time to shine. When X5 started, he's got to finish.
Yeah, tucked in at barrels. Ooh, swinging out. Good timing.
Oh.
McGlaive a little faster. Blame F. Up through the toilets now to cut off rotations, and there it is. A 5-round half for Astralis will emerge in the end. Okay, that's going to give you a bit of necessary breathing room. K23, it's unfortunate, right? It all starts with that nade stack onto the player over towards boost, wrecking them in the opener. And even though X5 gets that wonderful double in response, and actually the odds are completely swapped around at that point into the man advantage for K23, it's Blame F's lurking that really does deliver there. He's a lot more proactive than normal, a lot deeper in terms of, you know, the ground he's taken, the space he's providing. And it was really, really nice. It meant that not only did he find that equalizer, but he pulled a player off of B and then shut down that player on the rotation back round. Oh my, now he's starting the pistol off with a double.
Ugh. Yeah, Glocks will overwhelm the dual Berettas in the connector, but Blame.
Dude, Blame F's just decided in the heat of the moment, he's like, no, I am going to be the hero. I'm going to be the man that makes a difference. 2 kills already to open up the pistol. And still more to find. Very much a threat in this forward toilets position. He has missed the timing on them getting out Con, but he's seen an arm, and he takes the head. 3 to his name, finally silenced by Norbert, but you like to think he's done enough.
Yeah, you'd like to think, but is that realistic right now? Neelan's got the belter util, and Norbert's got 2 already in this round. Now with config outside of connector, he's got that info, and then not B, but oh, the bullet's eaten by the wall, eaten by the metal. Still trying to take the fight, no armor. Dink, flash is good, and Neelan finishes it. Zip dead. Now config might have to activate, but he doesn't want to rush the gun. It's Lucky on the site alone, needs some clean taps himself. Like Blame has shown, and Norbert has slipped the net. He's right up in front of him. Lucky, that is a blinder of a shot. He didn't know about that fight. Neelan's won his. 30 seconds, config up Con, and Neelan, he's read it. He's read it well, but does he know? Flash over short, still covers the site, and config spotted and wins his headshot. Astralis 6 rounds by the skin of their damn teeth, and this game suddenly got under question again. Look at these.
Dude, this double opener is so nasty.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I just love this guy's crosshair placement. Like, it's so smooth. He's not having to, like, react. He's not having to do anything wild. Instead, it's like, nah, I just know where they're going to be before they're even there. It is really, really nice to watch. It makes CS look frustratingly easy.
Yeah, just click him well. Glock's out. You're writing this round off. And Astralis, well, they're getting out their checkbooks for the big bucks. 3 MP9s, 2 M4s. Going to leave them running bonus. I would imagine this should be clean, if not flawless. And so maybe that's the way in for K23, to break that money early, to get that bonus round. Ugh.
That's a P250 dink onto Lucky. And immediately he's like, I don't want to fight.
And he swapped the P250 back.
I don't want to fight anymore. And yeah, now the P250's gone to someone with full health.
Yeah, they really bleed everything they can out of every round. That's one thing we've gotten out of K23 today. Like they... Oh, that's a Glock. That is a Glock. Blame. He's in toilets at least, but they should know. And the backstab's in. Don't do it again.
Oh, no.
They literally got 15 rounds on Mirage with full USPs, and right now they might be doing it with just the same on the T side. Config trying to dispel that, but he's dead to the M4, and that's all the rifles down. Maybe, if anything, the MP9s could be the saving grace, or am I just coping? Am I just hoping as K23 sit in a 3-on-2, they double back?
Yeah, they're leaving. They're up and out of there. They want nothing to do with A anymore, and I can't say I blame them, mate. These MP9s are scary. The M-Punch does wreck you. I would love to see Z-Power given this M4, and yeah, they're going to trade it back now. They're going to give it over. This is why they milk these rounds for everything they're worth. Zip, he's stuck fighting here. X5 makes contact, and he does manage to get out as well. That's wonderful. The Molotov going to slow down the B play. They're going back up, but Xyp9x has seen them. He's one step ahead. Glaive going to get here in time to shut this one down.
Should be fine.
It should be back under control. Bomb plant's going to get denied, and he waits till the last possible second. You can't win the round, Z-Power, and if he dies after time, that's devastating. Yeah, I mean, you know, still for the damage alone, like if this was a force buy round, for example, and you put everything into it, you'd be considering forcing again because of the damage you did. The fact that it wasn't a force buy round and it was full pistols and you do all that, and only one player has screwed money, you know, you're fine with that. You're going to come in with the complete package, apart from Z-Power, who is left wanting.
Yeah, shame it's the AWPer, right, who gets his money broke because he had some kills. He might have even been able to buy the AWPer loss. I didn't quite see his money before. But yeah, that's a terrifying round nonetheless. Astralis do a good job of holding on in the 2v4, and right now it's a bit of aggression from Blame. He's still feeling it. Why wouldn't he? He got Glock last round, but that doesn't define Blame F. Aggressive in mid with a kill, and he backs out. Zip gets spammed through connector, I presume, and oh my goodness, X5 rather is ready after that spam to pop config in the noggin. 4-on-4. Zip still low at B. And Blame still hungry for kills. He's done a lot of damage there. If Nealon swings, he should be a dead man. Jump, that won't help you either. Blame's going to spam you through the wood. 4-on-3. Blame just trying to get back to the bomb site and keep his life. Oh. Will that be easy, though? Do
you have any proof? This guy's built different. These tags are doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's 2 of them now, and he's still... what, 3 shots away from death?
So clean.
Yeah, gonna take more than that, bud. There is a second man moving in through the toilets. Blame's ready for it. Z-Power still able to overwhelm him. Regardless, it's another 3K out of Blame F, and it's another situation where I'm saying you'd like to think he's done his job. Now, last time I said that, it still came down to the 1v1.
But the key is Astralis are winning these 1v1s. Oh, the spot, that's huge. There's a second player at truck. They might line up. Zip doesn't want to swing you. Oh, what, pulling nades on repeats? It's an MP9. Of course it's fighting you. And that's a bit of a whiffed one there for K23. Whipping out utility in the middle of the open.
Oh, the pressure might be getting them a bit here because they can feel that this game's like starting to slip away, right?
Yeah.
You're not really that worried about actually the old faces on Astralis right now. It's Blame F and Config who are causing you all these problems. But Blame F, the fact that he's so willing to take every one of these gunfights, the fact that he's actively seeking them out is making him a real threat. And you know, you're trying to hold and you're trying to be like, okay, we'll just anticipate the Blame peaks. But yeah, good luck, man. Like, how'd that go for the last 3 guys? You know?
I mean, you talk about these 2 players of the new Astralis. Blame's 4-0 in opening duels, Harry. Config's 5-2, a lot of them with the early Deeg shots in the first half. And these 2 guys nearing 20 kills. The rest of Astralis not even touching 10. So yeah, it is the new pieces of Astralis that are
the new generation.
Yeah, the next generation. I mean, these guys they've been around the block.
No, I know it doesn't really feel fair.
No,
new generation Astralis at least.
Yeah,
right?
they are carrying. They are keeping Astralis in these clutch rounds. And you know, K23, a lot of very, very close 1v1s, but none of that gets remembered. None of that matters when you look at the scoreline at the end of the day and you see 2-1 Astralis. Can K23 stop that from happening?
Yeah, I mean, almost winning feels sometimes even worse than just flat out losing.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're essentially the same thing. Config and Blame F holding toilets together. I know where I would not want to be, and it's right here. Although they're making a good case for it. Config's dead, and the pistols have run down the A site. K23, just play pistols at this point, man. It's insane that they always find impact with it. Now, they've never been able to get this round over the line. They've gotten it close, but never crossed it. Not here on Overpass. This is their chance. A 3-on-2. It doesn't get better than this.
Scissors out with the snip, but Glaive gives Oh my god, Glaive's doubled up. It's only Z-Power, no armor. I think they might have seen him as well. Glaive jumping up for the info, but they're on the bomb and they're sticking it. Doesn't matter. Z-Power shoots the smoke, and that is so awkward. I don't even blame the stick there. The truck plants often let teams down.
Easiest to get betrayed by.
And there's a perfect smoke. Couldn't have asked for more, but Z-Power on the eco shoots through and finds them both.
Yeah, huge round out of Z-Power, man. Especially because, you know, last time in the 1v1, right, where they managed to get the pistols close, he ran out of time. He couldn't attempt it, didn't have a chance to play. Well, this time it was them on the clock, and a 1v2, a rougher spot for Z-Power, but he's able to rise to the occasion.
Astralis cool attack as well, right? They're still, this half is still very good for Astralis. Like, the scoreline, of course, is pretty, not boosted, but, like, you know, it's increased because of that incredible CT defense from K23, but Astralis had all the momentum in the early stage of this half. They won all these clutch rounds, and we can keep forgetting about the 1v1s that fall short because Astralis were building back in, but that's a massive deco to win, and look at the effect it's had. Glaive, 4 sport.
Yeah, I mean, this whole time you've been near to breaking them because, as we said, like, these were almost wins. They were almost rounds going your way, and so eventually you tip the scales, and you're grateful that you've done it so early on, right? Maybe that pressure that was starting to build for K23 is now going to get flipped the other way and turn to motivation. It's stopped being, guys, we keep nearly winning. Why can't we beat them? To now, we've broken their money. We finally won one of these clutches in a huge, pivotal moment. This is where you're going to get pumped up.
They still have this 3-round lead. They still have the buffer zone ready for them. Blame deeging mid right now. Toilet's cut off. Only one spot to look at. Toilet smoke is trash. Needs to be deeper, definitely. But Norbert's found the pick and Fame's followed up. Connector getting cleared, and as known, always scary against Deagles, but not this round. Blame's had to reroute and aggress on long, leaving his 2 teammates down on B. Doesn't matter where K23 go at this point, as long as they go together. Trade out these guns. Don't let Blame get a weapon if he finds a fight here. Fame falling off as they come up. And Blame, it's a nice angle, but he's going to go to them, this shot, and they can just run past this, especially now that he smoked it. He goes, have the A site for free, and they go, nope, I'd rather B. Although, actually, no, it looked like they were going back instead, just Neil and lining up utility into the bomb site. No one here. You know Blame's trapped at long as well. 20 seconds. Corner's getting cleared, and Blame's on the big flank. Might just be saving this armor alongside Zip. Lucky could throw himself in if he wants, but it doesn't make much difference.
Yeah, 12-8, and with money getting put into this round in the first place, right? Astralis is staring down the barrel of an eco round, and so holding on to this armor and these deegs is actually, you know, the best option you have, as sad as it is to say. Even trying to grab Lucky one, because it's all you're going to be bringing with you into this follow-up round. Blame would love that M4, and he's been able to scavenge it. That's nice that you were able to find that. Yeah. They all group at con, they go in together. They managed to get the M4 out, and that's now something to work with. Blame can drop the Deagle over. Him or Zip can play that M4. I hope it's Blame.
Yeah, especially with the game he's having right now. He's been having all series, Harry. Even back on Mirage, Blame was 33 kills. Zip also was, but Blame had, I think, 10 less deaths. And Zipa had 35 kills, the only guy above that. So, yeah, Blame's kept it up all series long. Zip's gone a bit stone cold in this, 6 and 15. But we've not seen many B plays yet in this half.
Yeah, I mean, his whole game in this CT side has just been like, oh, I'm rotating away. You know, and on top of that, second half, he was often the guy leading the charge on the monster rushes whenever they would come in. Attempt at the mid peak from Config, this Deagle, you know, it was popping off at one point, but struggled in the last few times it's come out. Not that that's the reason they're in this position. There is a short boost getting thrown in to try and snipe some information away to maybe try and get this opener.
As much as Config was passive in Connector, X5 is just doing the same role this T-side. He's waiting so long in this position while he spams, while he throws util out B short, while he's just annoying. Norbert is the info man in this round, and he's trying to uncover the stack. He spotted a couple, and he's kept them here for now as he waits for re-aggression. They want to swing, looking for a close fight, but Norbert's deep as can be. And they're not going to go for it. Boost up again for Con and Short, but X5, he's still back at connector, waiting for a mistake, knowing that the pressure is on Astralis. That's a missed smoke, it looks like. It just bounced to the middle of nowhere, unless you have some grandiose plan. It's a bit awkward on the B-rush. There is a Heaven CT rotate coming in. Lucky and Blame combine for a kill each, and this is getting weird, this is getting wacky. The bomb's committed, our monster. Lucky with a kill, and the ecos go back. The eco is won by Astralis. It's only one man. X5, he does take down Lucky, the hero of the round, but Zip with a dig and no better time to come alive. 9 for Astralis, and K23 just goes storming into B. I'm shocked they do that after Norbert uncovers that they're there, resets, and then recommits. Astralis were never going to panic rotate. They were all there lower, just gambling.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the exact idea. Like, you're hoping that on the back of Norbert backing out, they go, oh, boys, we have nothing to lose. Like, let's go A. But they did send someone up. Zip rotated just to watch it. Like, he had nothing to lose. You know, like, what does it matter if he dies over on the A side? Then you just play bodyguard to the M4. So they stick to their guns, and they reap the benefits of it. Also, out of all the times to have missed the smoke running into the B stack, that is the roughest timing for it.
Didn't make a difference.
Well, it kind of did, because the CTs were playing around it, right? And it gave them more cover to fight with in the site. It meant that everyone grouped water and could take swings on pretty much all sides of the back of the site, right? Because of that smoke being down.
Yeah, you see CTs often drop smokes in water there anyway.
In similar positions,
behind.
right? Yeah.
Super awkward. I don't know where it was thrown from, whether it was just a normal short lineup. I guess it was from Monster. Very, very strange.
It looked like it was meant to go Heaven from like real far away.
Absolutely.
Because it looked further back than normal. That's why I was very confused.
Oh well, you can't let it get to you. You've won enough ecos that you can concede one without freaking out, so to say. Spam through B short into connector. X5 finally meets his maker, and Lucky coming in with a Keorp kill. Not really had it running on this CT side all too much. He's picked up Z power in mid. That's a massive frag. They're going to go through the smoke. Nealon, oh my god, he just runs down Config. You know that Lucky is also here, but Blame is the secret surprise out long. Timing is everything.
But are you going to be that surprised to see Blame F for long? I mean, the guy's been here every round, right? He's been triple killing you in the majority of them. So, yeah, they're aware of it, and now that info's been confirmed. Still, you have to get past him, and that's easier said than done. He's going to escort them from the premises, and Lucky will be there to hold down the site.
No surprise to see Lucky just absolutely tearing them up with the AWP. It's been his day today. K23, this is the big league. These are the big boys. This is when you can't afford to go stone cold on your T side. But that's often the way that Overpass is. And B does feel like the better of two options. It's just a shame. I think they've been scared away from B after that eco win. And that's really because Astralis just had the entire team there. A hero rifle with nothing to lose. But back into A, into the triple setup, into the AWP, and not many flashes to pop in.
Yeah, I mean, the other problem you're going to have is that with Blame F showing this tendency to be taking aggro at long every single time, I think you're a little bit nervous that if you ever just go for the all-in B play, Blame gets that information ahead of time. And in a round like this, it's less impactful because you're not going to be respecting smokes, right? You go running through them in an eco round. But usually, if you're going to like go for some delayed monster play where you try to get out their utility, the issue is if you're not working mid, Blame gets the info, they stack B, you're screwed. So you kind of have to begin with some of this pressure over in middle. Oh, the Molly, Rex fame.
Yeah.
Burns him out. This is already a great start to the round, right? The pistols have always done more damage than they should for K23. It's been a reoccurring theme throughout this series. But this is one that Astralis are looking to keep clean.
Yeah, it's the mindset getting better for the Danes, right? Just taking a super aggro mid-fight, something that K23 did a lot on their anti-ecos to get rid of these pistols. Nealon seems to know that Glaive is here. Glaive, of course, keeping his position fresh. Oh, very close. He hit one. That's it. But by no worry of Astralis. Flame's still here in middle. And Norbert will trade, but I'm not getting worried yet for Astralis. 4-on-2. Orb still back in the bomb site. Rotates moving up twofold. They're going to get the gun. But any more is doubtful.
Yeah, I actually love that they just pull everyone up to A as well. I'll explain why as this final Just hang on a moment. Hang on. There we go. There we go. The final kill comes in. But yeah, no, mate, like, you know they don't have utility in a round like this. You just go, yeah, we'll head up to A. We have a guy pushed up short. If they try to drop down Con, he makes first contact. They can't smoke us off Heaven. Everyone else drops Heaven, and you can go fight there. So, yeah, really nice decision to just mobilize everyone up into that A bomb site and hold the line.
Astralis' B water control in this map has been really sick on CT side. Like, they've always had these con flanks available for A plays. The couple of times K23 have, like, surprised, so quote-unquote surprised Astralis with A pops, we've had Config running up Con in the back and just shooting them and winning the round. So, yeah, K23 are running out of ideas. It does seem that way. You know, getting rid of this AWP is proving to be more of a problem than it's worth. A B execute would be nice, but you've got to do your due diligence before you commit. You can't just do, you know, like Astralis' monster rushes. Ugh, that's awkward. Config spams out Neelan, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. 4 strong B. Config, he's freed up to rotate, knowing that even if it is a B play, K23 are going to show upper first. Fame is working mid. It's a nice monster pop, but Norbert can't commit with that at all. He'll stay here, but you're at the whim of Astralis right now by sitting in this position, hoping they don't flash back in. Electronic smoke down, and Norbert just takes space towards jail, but this is not going to be a shock to Astralis. They're not going to forget about this position. So this flash has to be incredible, and Astralis are moving in.
Oh, dude, he gets caught just trying to hide himself. Yeah. Trying to tuck himself away.
What a read.
But it's going to come down to the last dregs of K23 trying to drip their way in towards the B site one at a time. 2 from Monster, 1 up short. Into the stack. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain that they really have their work cut out for them here. Glaive holding this angle. There's 1 for Z-Power. However, okay, he's going to come in with a bit of a response. Blame's still here, and that's really the unknown entity. There he is swinging out right at the end. And I'll say for Astralis, felt like maybe they had a bit of a read on that one as well. They left Lucky solo over towards the A site since the start of the round.
He wasn't just solo, Harry. He pushed right in the last 10 seconds. He pushed all the way to connector with the AWP from middle. He literally cleared toilets and short. So unless they were 4 long or 3 long, that was always going to be B, and Astralis had seen so much lower. Lucky was about to backstab K23 anyway if they didn't walk into the full stack lower.
So what I was going to say, though, that's kind of interesting about having Lucky solo A, I feel like that's them both getting a read on K23, but knowing that Blames had so much impact from his toilet plays that they're always paranoid about A now.
Yeah, this has been a really good CT side for Astralis, despite the terrifying rounds, not just at the start of the half with pistols, but even the ones they won. Astralis have had no worry, no problem, and they are locking down B yet again. Beautiful shots, Glaive. 1 more, and there it is.
That's clean. That's an ace. That's an ace, and he just taps out the remaining players right at the end.
Just chilling, man. Just big chilling. And we've had this wake up, this second rising of the rest of Astralis, right? Of Glaive, of Lucky with the AWP, and that's made all the difference, because at one point in this half, it was 20 kills for Config and Blame, and less than 10 for Glaive, Lucky, Zip. Zip's still struggling, but he's doing fine. He's hitting the shots he needs to. He's throwing a lot of util on lower, and Glaive is just destroying. This is it for K23. You don't win this, you're likely dusted.
Yeah, I mean, your chance to cut the head off of this beast was while it was sleeping. Yeah. And now that it's awoken, it's getting infinitely harder. That's a nice way to find an opener.
It's a random spam, and there's Zip.
Another.
First time the AWP's been B, though.
Lucky, waiting. And while he does deliver the goods there, it's still a very, very awkward 2-on-3 round.
He's read it.
Or 2-on-4, rather. He's going to start to rotate up ahead of time. Neelan waiting over here at short. You know, that at least leaves options open. Yeah. If you get the info that Lucky's here on the AWP, for example, if he were to get a kill over towards long, swing out, there's a world where you can change your mind. There's a world where you can back up and return to Neelan down here at B.
Such a good call to rotate.
But if you leave it too long, even though Neelan's throwing utility into B, that's made Blame look away. Now he takes a bit of a swing and he gets punished for it. Lucky little 360. Come on now. Woo! It's close. There's no awards for that. 13 on the board for K23, and it's a tie game again.
Hey, that smoke actually wins the round, though, right? That smoke in heaven makes BlameF change his position because suddenly he wants info. He wants to set up for maybe a flank, and lucky, he hits a nice shot. He tries to style point it, but even though he's ready on the headshot angle, X5 locks him out. I gotta say, I wonder if that's like a lucky call or if that's a Glaive micromanage. But the rotate as soon as he shows the AWP B is just such a smart decision. K23 go cold, and of course they want to avoid the AWP. Really seeing Lucky come into his own. Missed shot in middle, you can see him stressing from that one. But you can't beat yourself up too much. He has been high impact. But would have loved a 5-on-4 here on a reset round. Money on the line for both teams. More so for K23 than anyone else. And even though the door's blown off, the smoke comes in for X5 just to insinuate he's climbing up connector, just to make sure if Astralis had any mid-control, had any party or toilet, they would have to start backing up. Run boost out long for the AWP. Classic for Z-Power. He's done this since fours. And even though they show mid, they go back to lower where Astralis are stacked.
Yeah, and this comes down to their willingness to let Lucky anchor solo this this A bomb site. It's a thing of beauty. I will say, you see BlameF get that kill. Maybe the alarm bells are going off a little, right? Normally, if it's a 4-stack B, he's there. He's the guy playing that rotationary role between the positions. But they still want to commit to it. They still want to follow through. Config here with the AWP playing the pillar. Looking to have his moment where he's the guardian of this team. Oh, luckily enough, Zip is like, don't worry.
Zip's not popping off, but he's also not like losing Astralis rounds. He is fine. He is winning the fights he must. Like, he had to win that fight, or this entire site would fall apart. And this round is falling apart. They're saving 15 seconds, and they didn't do anywhere near enough in middle to even cause a rotate. Blame rotates off of his kill only because he knows, okay, at worst now my team are 3-on-4B with util and an AWP, they'll be fine. I'll go help Lucky. I don't want him to get overrun. But in general, like, K23, they flash long, they peeked it, and they go, yeah, let's go B. If anything, surely long being clear is implying that Blame is down lower. I would have liked to see more of a mid default. Even Astralis showed that on a pistol round where they threw the lurk smoke in A. It's so good to make an AWP call for a rotate. If you throw that top flowers smoke in front of the dice on A, Lucky doesn't have angle, and he will call for a rotate. I'd love to see anything from K23 to actually imply they're taking the A site before they just drop into a one-dimensional B execute. That'll do.
That's nice. All right. Yeah, hoping you were going to get challenged in Con, but it's quickly traded out by BlameF. Equalized at least. He's back on his aggro in mid, and that might force a B play out of you. Yeah. But Astralis have been so good at registering the impact that BlameF is having. That's also why we see him take that immediate A rotation, right? I'll return to this thought in a second, because here's the pop in a B. Lucky's AWP's already here and switched online. He's in with a double. Zip wants a piece of the pie as well. He's tired of sitting around and getting pre-fired and getting annihilated. He wants fights on his own terms. Just Z-Power left. The smoke hide is nice, but no, can't hide in a smoke forever. Dog, they see his legs.
Yeah,
right.
K23.
And that's 15. Dude, yeah, but what I was going to say is like, it's so clear that Astralis are more than aware of the impact that Blame is having. It's not lost on them, right? They know that when you're catching him at this point in time, like down on the B site, because of how oppressive he's been on A, he immediately calls that rotation. Like, I'm going to go up, because now that they've seen me B, if they immediately respond to that by hitting A, as a result of seeing me, I'm already there. He's keeping it so mobile, and it must feel infuriating to play against. It's like he's in your brain right now.
And Harry talked about the difference between the 10-4 and 11-5, 10-5 and 11-4. And well, look, now here we are in round number 29, and Astralis might just be closing out the series. It's been a sweaty, stressful, painful day for the Danes, but it might all pay off. It might all be in vain for K23. They're going back to B, Harry. It's a bit of a classic, but at least they're doing it early. Astralis don't have that forewarning, even though Blame is deep mid, pushed up. They need to call for that rotate. There's no one here. There's no one ever going to be here. It's just the entries, and they're all for Norbert. 3 frags, running out Monster, and finally, Astralis' B hold is quelled. Look at the A setup. It hasn't shifted. They know it's over. Money or not, This round is done.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the awkward part of, you know, yeah, you got Blame F down long, but you still don't feel secure enough to have called Lucky towards the B side. They could have come up con.
Yeah, we've had so many slow rounds from K23 resulting in B when Astralis have had info that even though, you know, we see this deep mid setup and Blame has all of Fountain and Lucky has top con, they're just expecting a later attack. It's the pace that completely ruins that round for Astralis. Players caught in heaven, players caught with nades out. It's just such an instant rush. Hello? Oh, run boost over the orb. That's a lovely way to get a pick. Who cares if you all die? K23 had the money, and Astralis, so do they. But, yeah, doesn't actually matter for anyone. Just kills for fun.
I mean, you say that. I actually think losing those players at the end, it's going to leave some players with limited utility for K23.
Actually, yeah.
Truth be told, I actually don't like that they went hunting.
Well, yeah.
You know, the money's so established for Astralis at this point that you threw in a lot more than you did to them, which was nothing. Even if you took out both players, they would have still been fine here.
Harry, I've got the mathematicians on the line, and they're agreeing with you right now. It's less than ideal, and it's more than fine for Astralis. Damn. I didn't think they'd lose both players.
I mean, exactly,
there,
and it's
honest.
like worst case scenario, Astralis would have just gone, we just don't want to double orb this round. Like,
yeah.
You know, so, yeah, it's a little screwy.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Like, whatever you want to do, you've got 5 rifles and you've got full nades on one guy, and 3 nades on 2, and 2 nades on the others.
Yeah.
Look, it's not like K23 have been running like super intricate fakes anyway. It's more just what is the call? How the hell do you get back on the board here? Astralis aren't going to let that round ruffle their feathers. They're going to be going back to what works.
Yeah, Blame F fast through middle. He hears all these footsteps, mate. Lucky's on the angle, but it's to bait them into Blame. Oh, he only gets one.
What an angle.
Lucky manages to get out of there just about. Escapes capture, evades it for the time being. He's scrambled, rotates up already.
Nina. Cops are on their way. They were running up A. Glaive is here in time. And back to B is no surprise for K23, but it might be your best bet yet. Config. What an angle. It's not one you're going to be flashing to alert unless you're jumping over this.
I almost wonder, though, because you went hunting, maybe you think you've done more damage to the money. I don't know if they're going to be ready for this second AWP on Config. No, they haven't ran into angle. It. And he's like, if you sneak across here, you're dead. And Norbert was the hero of that last round with all the B openers. He checks it. All right, he's got his wits about him. He's sharp. Norbert, can he cook them up a winning formula with B entries again? That's what it's going to come down to. Moving in, X5 going deep and far deeper than they were ready for. Zips caught with nades out, and Config can't pick an angle. Oh, it's falling apart, Astralis.
Boom. Oh, one
Lucky
health.
Survives at 1 HP. Will he forever be that one that got away? Or will it be delayed gratification for K23? Smoke fades. Waves deep, they've gone past him. He had to turn from Lucky's flashbang, and that actually gets him wrecked. So that's overtime locked in. K23.
What a day of Counter-Strike. Funspark kicking off with some incredible matches, and there's so many more to come. There's so many more invited teams we haven't even seen. Astralis are the only ones that have rocked up today from the invite list. My, oh my. Sorry, no, Entropic as well. Also took some games to some crazy overtimes this morning, but Gambit, Fnatic, Big, Extra Soul, all waiting in the wings. And this is the game that keeps on giving. They finally figured out the solution to the B-bomb site, despite Lucky and Blame's best aggressive efforts in mid.
Yeah, and I mean, being real, you know, it feels like the solutions are at B. Like, Zip is still having an atrocious game by all standards. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, you said he's winning the fights he has
Some of them. Not all of
and
them.
when you're winning some of the fights you have to, that's not a great return on investment there.
Sure.
He's just having a bit of a rough time. And, you know, it happens to everyone. It happens to the best of us, and then some. But it is making this B site feel like the answer, because everyone else is having a bloody great game. Even someone like Glaive, who was super quiet, you know, early on. He was kind of in the same remit as Zip. They were both struggling. If you remember, you know, it was like the 3 new additions who were having, you know, I say new additions, not so new anymore, but the 3 latest additions stepping up and having to fill that void. Glaive's now very much switched on as well. And so that leaves a 1 weak link in the chain for you to try and exploit, and he resides down on that B-bomb site.
Blame is literally 7-0 in opening duels in this game, Harry. 7-0. How many more opening kills can you find in middle?
I mean, you know, once again, like we kind of touched upon this earlier on, this was actually a really good example of them clearing out A by showing a lot of presence there and meeting players and actually, you know, winning out those duels to force rotations and then committing into a B later in the round. You know, that's a really nice formula. It kind of deals with all the problems across these fronts. It's not going to work every time, but when it does, it looks like that.
Wow. There's still a bit of a techie going on, but that's fine. It's been a long day for all these players. The first game hit double overtime. The second one of Inferno, Astralis' pick. They managed to lock it out in a confident display. This third one, underplayed map for Astralis, one that we hoped they would have the depth on, and they certainly have had incredible ideas on the CT side. But still, K23, as is tradition in Counter-Strike, right at the end, figure out the solution. Norba comes in with some massive entry kills. X5 is top of his team as a player that, you know, no one even knew prior to IndyRA. And somehow, someway, we are still going into the night. K23, Astralis, overtime, 16K, MR3, and back to your mid BS.
Yeah, not deterred by the fact that, you know, it didn't go swimmingly in round 30. It's worked every other time. And, you know, this time giving more onus to Lucky to be the man, to get the opener, and then just escape capture with the AWP. That's what it's good at, right?
Yeah.
He'll leave, and with no blame, like hanging around for him to trade off of, for him to have to play around, he's given a big degree of freedom.
And look at this now, Astralis have just made a gamble, and it's a perfect call. Even despite Lucky showing mid, Blame can backstab late con or deal with his mid lurker, and we've got a bait and switch on long. Lucky should just get a free kill here unless they boost and do something weird, and then Config can, you know, either get flash in or he can peek off the back of it. He's going to get popped up. Config chasing the bomb, he's dropped it. Oh, the tree player with a missed shot. Z-Power, he had to hit that. Config will not re-peek, will not go down, will not give them a way back in, and the nades have put Z-Power on his last legs. Lucky, oh, weird scope, timing, he still hits the shot. Can he finish it through the wall? No. Nade will put him on 12. Lucky, built different. Util doesn't kill this man. X5 has walked up close. And Lucky's still alone. If he jumps up flowers, he can kill Lucky.
Yeah, I mean, Zip is full B flanked while this has happened. Like, you know that they've got to get this...
Oh! All right, buddy. Get him out.
All right, bro. All right, Config, yeah, sure. Why not? Here's Zip arriving on this wrap round, and X5. Now he's been seen. He's been dealt with. He's been cleaned up. It's 16 on the board for Astralis. Config. I don't even, no words for the moves he's making. They just don't exist yet.
No, the balls you have to not only make the AAA read off of Lucky's pick, but also to push B like Zip did all the way on the big flank. What a crazy call. And it worked out just perfectly. Now it's almost blatant that you're going to go B. And oh, look, who has the best spawn in the server? It's your AWP. You couldn't be happier. Maybe a con pick for a change. We haven't seen that from Lucky. X5's been very patient there. This has not happened all half, but Lucky's going to get picked by Z-Power, rather. Blame's now in his committed position, and he has to fight his way out, but it's only one for Blame. 4 on 3, and with the AWP dead, A is essentially open for the time being, but K23, are they in a hurry? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the bomb. Even if they wanted to go fast, they can't, and so they just call, all right, slow it down. We're going to play the man advantage here. Zip is trying to get cute with the timings again, and he has managed to get out through Monster. That doesn't mean he's not being accounted for. Was very ready for the fight, but doesn't even tag a bullet onto Norbert, and now this B site is open for business. Glaive, even though he's gotten in and crossed to Graffiti, should be hard-pressed to find much. These mollies are going to give you a false sense of security that you've denied the cross, but Norbert's like, mate, security, did you call for me? Yeah, nails it, doesn't he? Just Config left alive, you may as well give it a go. Right, 16K overtime, but nailed on the crossing. And there's the response for K23. I think whoever wins this next round, really, well, you know, if K23 win this next round, it's huge. It's massive implications.
Absolutely.
That's how they win the game, really.
I mean, it's been so long for Astralis' T side. I wonder if that's a blessing or a curse this deep in the game. You've not had to think about it and about how difficult it was to get T rounds on the board, how you're getting E-code. It was a crazy first half all those years ago. But you can't think about that yet. You've still got to close one more. Get that breathing room. Get that lead. Lucky. I really like the AWP peak last round, but of course it was read by the counter AWP.
Double molly.
Yeah, that's a very, very painful, aggressive move. Zip's running. Does Norbert know? He's in the smoke. Zip doesn't realize, so it's Glaive rather turns back, and even Config shoots through. He saw something. He saw a shadow. Almost killed his in-game leader, but boy, was it worth it. The shadow of Norbert given away inside of the smoke, and now Astralis, they've saved themselves from death. Norbert knew Glaive was out through that tunnel. And now the rotates just pile up A. You've got so much B info. K23 need to go back down B. Although I say that, and Astralis changed their mind on the rotate. They've still got deep toilets. They've still got this AWP for Lucky. And they seem assured that this will be enough. But Glaive has begun to walk.
Yeah, 3 strong up in the A-bomb site. And Monster
Again,
getting taken away, dude. This
crazy
relentless
call.
B aggression. I like that Zip's just kind of throwing caution to the wind and is trying to play with timings and play smarter as opposed to working harder here. Right? He's always getting information at the bare minimum, and that's what you want to do if you feel like you're having a bit of a rough game individually. Be useful in other ways. Here they come.
What?
Neil and X5 with the openers. They're planting the bomb now. Glaive was here on that early rotation. He's brought it back to a 3-on-3, but not for long. Fame, that's an easy angle to clear. And when you see Glaive's barrel there, mate, you're laughing at yourself. Zip's dead on the rotate, and Config was holding all the way in back Monster, so he was decades away to begin with. Now smoked off. All right, bro, sure thing. Yeah, just hang Neil in there, I guess. All right.
Got to feel for Config. These last 2 rounds, he's been in 1v4s and 1v3 post plants. It's not a retakeable round. It's another AK for Config, but it's one that falls once again on dead ears. Bomb is going, round is won, and Config is done. You've really unbelievable stuff. I don't know if Lucky meant to shoot there because he got flashed off. He probably didn't realize it was so close, but it was one of those moments again for Lucky where if he shot before he quick switched, he would have got a kill, and that would have been a totally different round. Instead, a double entry, and as you said, Glaive just cleared. I love how even in that 3 or 4-on-3, you know, it would have been so easy to get fearful if you're someone like Fame
and play post
pull back.
plants,
But
right?
Fame just hunts the frag, man. He has full confidence, and again, 18 years old, him and X5, and they are just, you know, fragging out against Astralis. Something to be said for that. 17-16, and even though Astralis had the read, they have every reason to be convinced of that A stack. Not a single kill on the defense. And now K23 swap sides back to what was initially a 10-5 half.
Yeah, so advantages for Astralis, you know, at least you're warmed up now. At least you're feeling good.
Yep.
Disadvantages, their T side look very, very weak source. So you're hoping that with a few more players switched online, they can find a way out of this one. But K23, I don't think they're going to let you. Double con setup.
This is crazy.
Nifty little idea, especially with Nealon still playing back in the A site. If these long guys actually make contact, it might lead you even further to discount this setup. I doubt they're going to make contact first, though. Norbert playing above Z-Power. If Z-Power jumps right, he might inadvertently get Norbert killed. So instead, he'll win the opener. And that's massive, because now as you try to refrag this, either from peeking lower or top mid, you don't know about Norbert. And so that trade is found. Poor Zip, man. Shot in the back of the head.
Get through the molly though, they're on the bomb site. That's fine, you can play retake, and why wait? Nealon runs through dumpster, changes position immediately, 4-on-2. If K23 play together, this is their map and match point for the day.
Yeah, you don't even have smokes anymore, mate. You've got to secure ground manually. And Config gives it a go. And now it's going to leave Lucky all alone. 1 versus 4. And with only 15 seconds left, with each second that goes by, the more likely you are to get swung on a tap. And, I mean, if it wasn't likely before, it's so likely now.
They're coming.
They're all around him.
Careful.
He does get the first and a chance to plant again. They're a bit more respectful now. Oh, Lucky. That needed to. Oh, it will the second time. There's the trade for Fame, and it's all back under control. They were never even worried. 18 on the board. And it's match and series point for K23.
Unbelievable, the staying and stopping power that this roster has had all damn day. Inferno was a wash, forget about it. Mirage, multiple map points, multiple chances for Astralis, and K23 kept dragging them to more overtimes. Here, where it felt like nothing was working on the T side, where nothing would go right, they still managed to double up. And now here we go, the closer, or the attempt at it, 2 rounds to find this entire series to knock Astralis to the lower bracket in their first officials of the year. K23, this will be a 10-match winning streak, dating all the way back to November last year. The double con again, why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Zip eats nades for breakfast. See power again. It's as free as you like. Stay on the angle. Blame might give you a little bit more to enjoy.
I like that he leaves even.
Yeah.
Like last time he decided to stick around and stay and fight it. This time he's like, no, I'm just going to go. And they won't know you're here still, Norbert. It's brilliant. Norbert has to get out of there because of the Molotov clearing his position, but it's all well and good. You've got the
punish.
5-on-4. No chance to trade that one out. You've also conceded so much map control towards A that Astralis have no choice but to try and make sure that these players that were in-connected, that were playing the A site, haven't gone aggressive. And so right now, taking top mid away. Zip left on a B lurk at 7 points of health. They can come back and rejoin him at least. And they're satisfied that no one's taken party, no one's pushed long, so you're not anticipating a B stack. But this is all Astralis are going to have, a B play.
It's still pretty weak. As I say that, though, Faye moves back in. They're getting more aggressive in their positioning, and these monster flashes were the pain for Astralis in regulation. It might be the pain that pushes them out of this series. 2 kills, Zip on a 7 health AWP, and Blame just trying to do anything and everything he can. It's not enough. Fame trades, dodges the shot, and Zip is stuck in a box. This is it, folks. This is K23 continuing on and knocking down Astralis here at Funspark Ulti Finals. Unbelievable match up, not once but twice in overtime. And forget Inferno, this is the future. CIS Counter-Strike is all